Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Women's Leadership and Mentorship Program's virtual town hall. This is an official homecoming event for Robert Morris University's Homecoming 2020. I am broadcasting live from my home in Pittsburgh, and I am joined by my child who is now having their afternoon snack. So you're going to hear a little bit of soundtrack noise in the background. And I also do have a small dog, so you may be in for a lively event today with everything in the background. But of course, this is the sign of the times. I just wanted to give you all a heads up. And so anyway, we are so happy to welcome you to our first WLMP Town Hall. A lot of exciting changes have taken place within the program, and so we wanted to take this opportunity during RMU's Homecoming Week to connect with new friends, check in with our community of supporters, and of course, our WLMP alumni members. So the Women's Leadership and Mentorship Program at Robert Morris University aims to foster inclusive leadership, gender equity, and the advancement of women. Our mission is to prepare college students for leadership through professional and academic development and multi-level mentoring. Students who have been accepted into RMU and meet certain requirements are invited to apply to the WLMP. Our advisory council hosts a selection meeting, and up to 25 students each year are invited to join our program. Students commit to a 4-year experience where they are supported with a $1,000 yearly scholarship, $2,000 to study abroad during junior or senior year, and a robust, holistic leadership and professional development experience. And so just a little bit about myself. So as I may have stated, I am the director of the Women's Leadership and Mentorship Program. This is my 4th year with the WLMP. I joined the program in the RMU community in 2017 as the then program manager. Last year, I was named acting director, and this summer I was formally made the director of the program. In my role, I manage the faculty and staff mentor program, the professional mentor program, fund development, leadership and professional development, and I bring intersectionally focused and diverse speakers and facilitators for various events. And now I would like to introduce you to the rest of the WLMP team.
Hi, everyone. My name is Laura Rushak. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I'm the program specialist with WLMP, and I'm so excited to be here. I am a white woman with long brown hair, and I'm wearing a red shirt today. I started in this role this summer. It is a privilege to be a part of this extraordinary community and program. I have a background in nonprofit leadership and mission-driven digital storytelling with a focus on gender equity. My last role was as associate director at a nonprofit called Ripple Effect Images, which is a collective of activists and photojournalists working together to shine a light on the global power of women. So that was a really exciting role, and I like to bring my passion for gender equity and professional development into my role now. At WLMP, I support Amanda with all program logistics and help manage the peer mentorship program between students.
And now I would like to introduce you to Cassie Sherman, the WLMP student assistant.
Hello, my name is Cassie Sherman. I am a Caucasian female. I have brown hair and I'm wearing a green blouse today. My pronouns are she, her, and hers, and I am a junior business management major here at RMU as well as the student program assistant. This is my 3rd year now in the student employment role. I have been very close with working with Amanda and now Laura as well on assisting in administrative tasks and helping with secretarial tasks. And I offer a voice for the students and advocation in that form as well.
Thank you both so much. And of course, as you can see, we are a program that strives to be as inclusive as possible. And so I will share with you, my pronouns are she, her, and hers. I am a Black woman with a nice sized afro that I like to have out often. So thank you, Laura and Cassie, and I'm so grateful to have such a wonderful team to work with. Okay. All right, so in 2020, this fall, we are welcoming our 19th, excuse me, oh my goodness, it's so sensitive, 19 new members of cohort 7. This year, we hosted a physically distanced in-person welcome event and orientation for all of our new students at the UPMC Event Center. Students enjoyed a beautifully catered lunch and a presentation from WLMP staff and a tour of our new campus event center. This year in May, we will graduate our 4th cohort in the program. And we would also like to take time to acknowledge members of cohort 3 who recently graduated and officially became WLMP alumni members. And you see here a photo of many of our cohort 3 members, one of their first welcome events here at Robert Morris University. We held an emotional, at least for me, it was very emotional, a virtual graduation and award ceremony. And also we officially named the Woman of Distinction Award that we give out at each ceremony after our founding director, Dr. Lauren Rauscher, who is the embodiment of the character of the award recipient. And as of this fall, WLMP has officially impacted over 200 students, including 116 graduates. Hey, so, oh my goodness. We are a very diverse community with student members representing all 4 schools at Robert Morris. 30% of our students are people of color. 85% are employed to support themselves financially. During the 2019 and 2020 academic year, 55% of our members were leaders in campus organizations. And our students are high achieving with a program GPA average of 3.7, and 52% of members are also in the honors program. So even with the effects of the global pandemic, last year, 33 student members held internships spanning industries with organizations such as US Steel, the Pittsburgh Children's Hospital, FedEx, Erie Insurance, the RMU Title IX office, and the Allegheny County Police Department. We were able to support the travel of 9 student members before travel restrictions took place. And as of the end of the 2019-2020 year, WLMP was able to support the training of over 150 students in salary negotiation through a campus license to bring the AAUW Start Smart salary negotiation training to our campus. This initiative is aimed at empowering women to advocate for themselves and help close the gender wage gap. So leadership development occurs during our annual leadership retreats in the fall and spring, and our Women in Transformational Leadership Symposium, which is our public-facing event. This year's symposium, keynote speaker, which was to be held in March at the UPMC Event Center, would have been Dr. Rachel Levine. And of course, we hope to have her as a speaker in the future. Last year and this fall, students enjoyed keynote addresses from some dynamic speakers. Paige Castellan, an electrical engineer and the only woman, only American, and youngest member of a team to send a fully solar-powered airplane around the globe. And they were the first to do this. We had LaTrenda Sherrill for our spring leadership retreat in January, who spoke to the students about 8 ways to lead in the new decade. And this fall, Cecilia Loving, who is the Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer and Deputy Commissioner for the Fire Department of New York, was our keynote speaker for the virtual leadership retreat, an event we held for students in August. Cecilia is also a mindfulness coach, and she spoke to students about leading beyond the edge of now, the 10 tenets of inclusive leadership. So all students enter our program are given peer mentors and faculty or staff mentors their first year. They are in those relationships for 2 years. When they become juniors, they receive a mentee and have the opportunity to join the professional mentor program. Last year, during the 2019-2020 year, we had 49 peer mentors, 42 faculty and staff mentors, and 27 professional mentors. All peer and faculty staff mentors are required and participate in our Mentoring 101 training, which is facilitated by the Mentoring Partnership of Southwestern Pennsylvania. All faculty and staff mentors are required to engage in at least one training per year. And so those who had already gone through Mentoring 101 last year also engaged in a poverty spiral activity where they were able to learn about the effects of financial insecurity on the lives of individuals with intersecting identities. And these trainings help our mentors to better support our diverse group of mentees. And so now we are going to take a moment to hear directly from members about their experiences in mentoring relationships. We are first going to watch and hear a video of a conversation between a student peer mentee, a student peer mentor, and a staff mentor, and that will be followed by remarks from one of our professional mentors.
My name is Lauren Spearhass. I am the Associate Director of the Center for Student Success and Personal Development. I started with the Women's Leadership and Mentorship Program as a staff mentor in 2015. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. And I currently have about shoulder length, brownish blonde hair. I'm wearing a black and kind of checker print blazer with a black dress underneath of it. And my mentee was Cassie, who's on the call today. And she was my mentee for the past 2 years.
Hi, my name is Cassie Sherman. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I am a junior business management major, also working to earn my dual business certificates in sales excellence and entrepreneurship. My peer mentor is Mika Antoine Bertrand, who recently graduated with cohort 3. I'm also very excited to begin my journey as Jasmine Thompson's peer mentor, who is on the call today. I was also the previous mentor of Lauren Spearhouse on this call. So all around great women. I am 20 years old and have dark brown hair, and I am wearing my usual cardigan and blue jeans look.
Hi, my name is Jazz Thompson. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I'm a member of cohort 7, and I'm a incoming freshman to Robert Morris. I'll be majoring in criminal justice, and my mentor is Cassie Sherman. I have dark brown hair, I'm wearing a purple shirt, and I'm African American. Cassie, I wanted to ask you what things you were looking forward to and what made you excited to be a peer mentor for me.
Sure. I am a people person through and through. Being able to help people and communicate and just really interact with others always brings me great joy in life. I think that I do best when I'm around other people, and I do best when I know I can help other people. So I wanted the chance to have a powerful and positive impact on another freshman college woman, just like Mika and Lauren did both for me when I was in your position.
What does it mean to be, an incoming first-year student at Robert Morris in a program that has mentor support?
It's very exciting. It means the world that I was accepted into such a prestigious program here at Robert Morris, especially that it's full of driven and powerful women. And I really respect and admire Cassie because I can see how much she succeeded here at Robert Morris, and I know that she wants to help me do the same. And I'm also so excited just to see what I can achieve through the help from the program and from Cassie as well. I know that I'll be able to achieve so many things here just with the success that I'm bound to have, not only being a WLMP member, but also just having Cassie here to support me and aid me through my first couple of years in college.
Lauren, what have you enjoyed the most about mentoring a WLMP student?
I feel like that's a loaded question because I enjoy a lot about it. But when the opportunity first came out, I think 2015 might have been the first year. I really wanted to participate in this program because, as an undergraduate, I was a first generation student, which meant that, I was the first in my family to go to college. And while I had a wonderful experience, and I think I got a lot out of it, I sort of feel like I may have missed out on some opportunities that may have been afforded to me. And now that I work in higher education, I see all that, higher learning and continued education has to offer. And so I thought maybe, I could make a difference in the lives of, an incoming student in the Women's Leadership Program. I'm very passionate about, women's rights and equality. So I was thrilled when I was selected to be, a staff mentor in this program. And I really wanted to connect with a student and be the person who could encourage them while they were away from home. Miss Cassie, what did you get out of your relationship that you were looking forward to applying with your relationship with Jasmine?
That's a tough question. You gave me a mentoring experience that I will carry on with me for the rest of my life. And it wasn't just about the advice and the connections that we made. You also gave me kindness, respect, and you opened your heart to me when I needed it most, coming in as a collegiate woman. I will never truly be able to express just how grateful I am for you and our mentoring relationship. I think that what I got most out of our relationship is that being a mentor isn't always just very clean cut and dry, cookie cutter professionalism. I think that it's a special bond that you have with someone, knowing that sometimes they're going to need more of your love and support on certain days than other days. And I'm really looking forward to having that sort of relationship and helping Jasmine through whatever obstacles come her way.
When I think about, my time in the Women's Leadership and Mentorship Program and, what mentorship and these opportunities have meant to me, it's so empowering. And it's so, in my life so far, as brief as it may seem so far, it's rare. I've never been part of something like this in my whole life. And I value it so dearly. And, I went into higher education hoping to be a resource to students, and I never could have imagined the true bonds that I've formed with you, Cassie, and in the future with you, Jasmine, and just all of the wonderful women in this program. So I don't know, Jasmine and Cassie, how do you feel about it?
I know for me, like, I haven't been in the program for very long, but I've just been like so excited. When I went to orientation, like, I remember just Amanda like giving the presentation and her telling us like all these opportunities that we can have with like studying abroad and all like these retreats and things that we can do. And I was just like, wow, like I'm so lucky to be here and to have these opportunities. And like besides even just that, like also being able to have like another very powerful woman be my mentor and being able to teach me and like lead me. It's like it's crazy because like I never had any opportunities like this in high school, and I didn't even think there were going to be opportunities like this in college, but it was just like such a great surprise. And like I just appreciate it so much because I know that it's so rare to have, and I'm so lucky to have an opportunity like this. So it means the world to be in WLMP, and I'm so excited for like what me and Cassie will like learn about each other and how we'll help each other grow.
My name is Anastasia Maksakova, she, her, and I've been with the program for about 3 years now. I'm 5'5", I believe, blonde, and that's it. So given the mission of the program, why was it important for me to be part of the program and be the mentor? When I actually went to college, I didn't have a mentor myself. And one of the reasons kind of I got into the program and decided to be a part of something like this is to make sure that somebody who is a student now has an opportunity to have a mentor. my first employer. And for the fact of the matter, we sometimes don't really know where we're going for or what to expect. And that big world of, for me personally, big corporate world was something absolutely brand new. And I had no idea what to expect. Here are the things to consider and think about. How do you position yourself with your management? How do you earn trust and respect? Because you have to start from scratch. But if I had a chance to have a conversation or a couple with someone prior to go into big corporation, I know I would probably be a little bit more prepared going into it. And so that's why I'm excited to be a part of the program and also have other professional mentors who are supporting and creating that whole network for those students, for those female students who are part of that, to give them that leadership boost, I would say, propel them forward and just to be courageous and confident in what they're doing.
So I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about the mentoring experience directly from our members. And so I'm going to share with you a little bit more about some of the opportunities we've been able to provide. So Robert Morris University does support our program with funding for general operations, staffing, as well as the scholarships that our students receive every year, the $1,000 that I mentioned and the $2,000 to study abroad. Also, over the years, because of generous support of our community, as well as grant funding, we have been able to provide, to spend about $9,000 to send almost 40 student members to conferences and support professional development opportunities, including sending students to New Leadership Pennsylvania, attending the Pittsburgh Arts and Lecture Series, sending seniors to attend the Dynamic Women in Business Conference at Harvard University, as well as sending several students to the National Conference for College Women Student Leaders. And the funding that we have provided in this manner has also enabled students to travel to internships in other parts of the country, as well as other networking opportunities that they sometimes identify. This funding has also enabled us to provide crucial financial support. We, over the last few years, have been able to provide about $8,500 in textbook support for students who need materials to be able to make sure that they're successful in school, $750 for our WLMP emergency fund. We have also been able to provide about $4,500 for our Global Gap Fund, which is an initiative that was created because the $2,000 that we give, if students were to attend an RMU-led experience, it does cover the majority of that. However, we have identified that many of our students do face financial hardships. As I identified earlier, 85% of our students work to support themselves. And so through funding, we have been able to create the Global Gap Fund and provide an additional $500 to students to help, again, close that gap for that travel abroad experience. And then, of course, this past year with the global pandemic, a lot of students, just like other college students across the country, experienced financial hardship with the sudden closing of school, with the sudden closing of job opportunities, et cetera. And so this past year, again, because of support, we were able to give over $2,200 to students in the form of COVID relief. And so I am going to, again, turn it over for you to hear from another of our students, a recent graduate of Cohort 3, Nyla Williams. She is a Black woman, pronouns are she, her, and hers, and just graduated from the WLMP program. I'm also excited to share that Nyla was the recipient of the Unsung Heroine Award at this year's WLMP graduation ceremony. And so she is going to share with you what it has meant for her to complete 4 years in the WLMP experience and her experience at Robert Morris University, as well as how she's doing today.
So I remember coming in as a freshman, being able to have an upperclassman as a mentor was amazing because it was like I was coming in not knowing much, and then I had someone to guide me through what they already had been through. So that definitely put me at ease. My sophomore year is when I really started to branch out more in the program and getting involved in my campus and everything. And I have my mentor to thank for that, because she kind of had given me some tips on like how to find what I like, how to find like my groups, my niche. And then as I transitioned to my upperclassman year, so my junior and senior year, it was my turn to be a mentor. And that was probably one of the most rewarding things I could have ever done, because it allowed me to grow with another individual, both professionally and personally. So I had a chance to be a mentor and take the skills out of all my mentor-mentee relationships and apply them to my own life, and to see that transformation was amazing. And then the last part of the mentorship program with that what I was involved in was the professional mentor program. So I actually did that for 2 consecutive years, and each year I had a different mentor. That also was an amazing experience because I got to kind of see what it's like to be an adult career-wise. So whether that be how to present a resume for a full-time job, or how to interview, different things like that. It basically shaped me into the woman I am today. But basically the conference allowed me to network with people from all over the world, not only the US. We had so many different sessions that were both like empowering, informative, and they were just great. I got to work on my professional, personal, and social development, which honestly you can't always get with just being in the classroom and being on campus. So the fact that I was able to attend the Nicholas conference and have all of the expenses paid by the WLMP was amazing, because before attending Nicholas, I hadn't attended any conferences. I kind of wasn't interested and was a little nervous. I also usually had a financial barrier, so I couldn't attend because conferences usually may start at, let's say, like $100+. So the fact that WLMP was able to cover my transportation and my conference attendance was amazing because I was able to attend. So receiving additional financial support from the WLMP was definitely something that I would say almost kept me in school. From the semesterly scholarship that we get, the book fund, the emergency fund, and the scholarships was the reason that, like I said, I was able to continue certain areas of my education and interest. So the fact that WLMP was able to cover the cost for some, if not all, of my textbooks allowed me to not have to basically be without certain educational materials. The emergency fund was also a lifesaver because I needed clearances for my minor, and clearances usually can range from $50 to $60 up front. And at the time, I was not able to pay for them, but it was required for my minor. So I think it is great that WLMP gives both a scholarship for the semester as well as a scholarship to study abroad. So being able to be a member of the WLMP for all 4 years of my college experience was life-changing. I'm so sad that honestly the program isn't more than 4 years, but without this program, I would have definitely not developed into the young woman I am today. So WLMP is one of the most inclusive environments that I have ever been a part of. From its mission, its staff, its members, I have never felt more empowered and confident in being an educated young woman. I was very hesitant about being in a program with a massive group of women at first, but once I started to embrace it, I never looked back and was just so happy that I was able to be a part of an environment like that. I am beyond grateful to have been a member of the WLMP, and I hope that the Army community will do whatever it takes to keep this program alive for as long as it can.
So I hope you enjoyed hearing from Nyla. We are so proud of her, and we are so grateful that the WLMP was able to support and set her up for success to graduate, because that is, of course, what we are here for. And so, now we're going to talk a little bit about how you can support the program. So first, it's really important. We want to make sure that everyone stays connected with us. We, thanks to our amazing staff, are very active on Instagram and Twitter. You'll see some amazing content on there. You will also sometimes catch a glimpse of takeovers from our students when they do different activities or are leading in different ways. And then, of course, our general email, WLMP@rmu.edu, is another great way to stay directly connected with our staff. You can send us your email addresses or let us know if you want to be included in our community database, so that when we send out information about events like the one we're having today, we can make sure that you are included. Another great way to support our program is to become a professional mentor. We are accepting applications on an ongoing basis from individuals of all genders who are mid to senior level in their career. And so we're looking for people across all sectors, because it really does take a diverse community of professionals to support our diverse community of high achieving students. And so, of course, please email us to find out more information about that opportunity. And then there is our Women in Transformational Leadership Symposium that we have every year in March. This is our public-facing event. And so, of course, last year, because everything happened in March and it was too late to move to an online format, we did have to cancel it. However, this year, whether it's in person, online, or hybrid, depending on how we keep everyone safe, we are going to host what will be our 5th annual Women in Transformational Leadership Symposium in March. And some of you may know, but tomorrow is Robert Morris University's Day of Giving. And so you can provide financial support to the Women's Leadership and Mentorship Program. The link is below at rmu.edu/day-of-giving. And what you would do if you wanted to give to WLMP directly is under the designation tab, you choose other, and then type in WLNP or Women's Leadership and Mentorship Program. And of course, all of the funding that we receive goes to the amazing opportunities, the financial support that we've outlined and talked about today, as well as other opportunities that will come up in the future. Now we're going to take some time for question and answer in case there's anything that we have not yet covered that you would like to hear about. And Laura is going to help me with moderating Q&A. Do we have any questions?
Let's see. We don't have any questions right this moment. Okay, so remember everyone, if you're on WLMP's website, you can click on the Watch Live on YouTube button to go to the YouTube page, and you can participate in the Q&A via the chat function on the right side of the screen. So feel free to type something in there. We'll answer. Oh, okay, so we do have one question, Amanda. Can you talk about benefits for business leaders in getting involved with WLMP?
Oh, absolutely. I'm so glad that somebody asked that question. So the Professional Mentor Program, so let me start with this. The great thing about mentoring programs is that they are mutually beneficial. So we have professionals, again, from all across industries. A little glimpse of what you saw in the internship opportunities kind of gives you an idea. In the past, we've had professional mentors who were entrepreneurs, small business owners, engineers, lawyers, people who work in environmental protection, people who work in energy, nurses, doctors, CEOs, presidents of organizations, you name it. First of all of our professional mentors have the opportunity to be a mentor to a high achieving, leadership focused student. And so one of the main benefit is, of course, the relationship. Secondary to that, they have the opportunity to network with other professionals. And, you know, of course, we know that at Pittsburgh, there's 0.6 degrees of separation. However, what's really wonderful is in these networking opportunities and events that we host for our mentors, people really get a chance to get to meet other professionals who are invested in gender equity and the advancement of women, as well as inclusive leadership. And so a lot of these individuals do form bonds and partnerships across industries. In addition to meeting lots of new people and bonding with some incredible individuals, we host some really great events. And so when it's safe to do so again, we have an in-person networking mixer where we host an evening event for professional mentors and mentees, where they get to ask each other questions, have hors d'oeuvres, listen to some music, and just really have a wonderful time. And then other events that we've hosted in the past include a golfing event where we hosted a beautiful lunch, a really fun, casual lunch for members of the Professional Mentor Program and WLMP students, where we went to the RMU Golf Dome. We got a great golf lesson from our nationally renowned instructors. We provided clubs to anyone who didn't have any. We provided golf balls. We had lunch. We learned about golfing and other quote unquote corporate sports and the importance of being able to at least understand the rules and how important they are for networking and career advancement. And then we got to hit some golf balls and enjoy some lunch. So that's just honestly the tip of the iceberg of how great it is to be a member. And I'm very proud to say that many of our professional members do end up staying on, or even if they drop out for a year, they come back because they really enjoy themselves and they really enjoy the students.
Thank you, Amanda. We have another question. What are the biggest needs that the program has right now to best support WLMP student development, particularly during the pandemic?
Thank you. That's actually a really powerful question. So I know we talked a lot about the textbook fund support. And what I will tell you is that the first year we were able to introduce that, we actually got $15,000 of requests for textbook funding. And so though we do our best to provide as much funding as possible to everyone, it is need-based. However, in a perfect world, we would like to not turn anybody away. So, you know, we are still in school for now, thankfully, and so students still need materials. So textbook fund is something that's ongoing. Also, there are students who are right now navigating being in school, trying to support themselves. We do know that COVID has impacted individuals who are women or women identifying more so because of the gender barriers that exist with employment. And so so a lot of our students have also been negatively impacted with COVID with being able to keep their jobs and have also seen a loss of income. And so right now, if we're able to, we would love to continue to provide that COVID financial relief support. Other than that, there are a lot of virtual conferences, and we are hoping to continue to send students to conferences, even if they are virtual. And of course, the Women in Transformational Leadership Symposium. So the beautiful thing about that event, it is free and open to the public. So what we do is we provide a really wonderful experience where people get to learn and hear from experts across different fields, professional, personal development, in all the ways that individuals are leading in transformative ways to make the region more equitable for individuals across genders. So we do accept donations as well to continue to allow this event to be free and open to the public, because we believe that it's important to help as many people across the region to be able to participate in our mission, which is to foster inclusive leadership, gender equity, and the advancement of women.
Thank you, Amanda. We don't have any more questions right now, but I can read a comment that maybe, Amanda, you'd like to speak to.
Sure.
This is a wonderful event. Thank you for all the intentionality around inclusion. So I wonder, Amanda, if you maybe inclusion within WLMP.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for that comment. We try hard, and it's an ongoing learning process every day. So at the WLNP, we do believe that, we say first, inclusive leadership, because we believe that that is at the forefront of every single thing that we do. Our program aims, of course, to make sure that individuals who are women, women identifying individuals, and people who face gender-based discrimination, that those barriers are removed. But in the meantime, we do our best to support them and help them to be successful in the face of some of that discrimination they face. Our students are really incredible individuals. And as a program, we want to make sure that we are representative of the diversity of not just the RMU community, but the community abroad, so our region and beyond. And we do have and have had in the past international students. And so with that being said, it's important that we not only are inclusive to support our students, it's important that we are leading and showing people what it means to be inclusive. It's important that our students understand that inclusive leadership is not just the right thing to do, it is the future. It is the future of our world. And so, we're going to talk the talk, we have to walk the walk, and we're always seeking to learn and understand. So I'm really glad and grateful that that was noticed, because it has really served to make our program even greater.
Awesome. Thank you, Amanda, for answering and speaking to that. One more question, or one additional question. What are some of the biggest, what are some of the biggest student concerns regarding COVID-19 that mentors should be aware of?
Honestly, I think that it's the same as everybody else. People want to stay safe and healthy. And so how can we do that? And so what I can say is, so somebody wants their lunch, but that's okay. Hey, what I can say is, what we're doing right now for our students is we have an extremely limited, actually our programming, except for the welcoming event, have all been virtual. But we're doing this not just to keep the students on campus safe. We also want to be inclusive of students who have chosen to study from home. So we want to make sure that they are not kept out of the WLMP experience. And this, of course, extends to our mentoring relationships. So our peer mentors and our faculty and staff mentors, as well as professional mentors, all of their quote unquote in-person meetings are virtual. So we're asking them to do them through Google Meet, through Zoom, whatever format that they decide, as well as the in-between meetups. So calls, texts, of course, it's all about what their comfort level is. And so, all I can say is that I think for the students, it's the same as all students. As a program, though, we're doing our diligence to make sure that we are making sure that this program is still robust, making sure that they get as much out of it as they can. And what we're doing is taking advantage of the virtual format. So for instance, our keynote speaker in August, Cecilia Loving, is an industry leader in diversity and inclusion, and is Deputy Commissioned for New York City Fire Department, over 18,000 plus firefighters. She is in New York City. And because of her busy schedule, had this not been a virtual event, she may not have been able to make it. And so that's the other thing that we're doing is we are looking for ways to be innovative and see how we can take advantage of the virtual space and the physically distant space. So, you know, that's really as a program, all that we are doing to make the best of the situation while making sure that our students are staying safe.
Awesome. Thank you, Amanda. I don't see any more additional questions right now, but I do see a lot of really supportive comments for WLMP. Also, specifically, Amanda, about what a rock star you are today. So thank you so much. If anyone has any additional questions, feel free to type in the chat. If not, feel free to email them to wlmp@rmu.edu. And Amanda, I will turn it over to you for closing remarks.
Thank you. So first I want to say thank you to everyone who attended our town hall. Again, it's our community of supporters. We could not do this. You're the reason why we do this. We have an amazing group of students and we're so proud of them. And we really are appreciative of all the support from the community to ensure their success at RMU and beyond. I also want to give a huge shout out to my amazing WLNP team. We have been working so hard for the last several months to transition to a virtual format, to onboard everyone. And you know, even though things are not exactly the same as they have been, I gotta say, not only have they stepped up, but they have turned everything up a notch. And so I am so grateful to have Laura and Cassie as members of my team. We could not have done this without them. And then of course, the incredible people here at RMU in our media and tech centers, Dylan, Ray, the whole team. Again, we could not have done this without their support. There's some really talented people that work here at Robert Morris University. And, you know, we're so grateful to have such a supportive campus community. And then, you know, just again, I want to thank everyone who has made all of this possible. Again, the support, the mentorship, the development, none of this would have been possible without all of you. I do just want to put in a little plug for RMU Day of Giving tomorrow. So we actually took what we did last year, which was 25 independent donors and $2,000. And we said, you know what, this year, let's go for it. We're going for 50 independent donors and $3,000. We would love to see that for WLMP. And so please share the link and the opportunity with friends and family and co-workers. Somebody wants their lunch. And so please do that. And then of course, feel free to share the YouTube link with everybody. So that's it. And then of course, we want to thank the Center for Deaf and Hearing Services for our incredible interpreter who's here with us today. Thank you, everyone, and hopefully we'll see you around at future events. I'm going to get somebody their lunch now. Take care.